Hello everyone, this is Henry Kramer 605 Chaser. We will get to all the weather in just a moment here. Appreciate y'all joining. This is Henry Kramer 605 Chaser coming to you live from the studio. We're going to get to all the weather. Just give a moment here while we get a few things prepped and make sure that we get some folks on here. Bear with me. One moment, folks. All right. First, I want to thank our sponsors, PrairieProSD.com, Prairie Pro General Contractors, as well as Mission Nutrition, Fit Revolution Nutrition, and Refuel. The nutrition stores, they're all located in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Make sure you check them out today. And Prairie Pro General Contractors, you can check them out and request a quote today at PrairieProSD.com. Let's go ahead and get to the hurricane weather and the latest information that we have. All right, so this is as of 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So about an hour and a half ago, a little bit delayed, but the next update won't be until 10 a.m. Central Time. So I'll be already at work. So this is the latest information. Tropical, most likely arrival time of tropical storm force winds is looking to be Wednesday at 8 a.m. And it's going to be pretty significant. Let's go ahead and take a quick at the peak storm surge, what we're expecting. Let me go ahead and shut this off for the tag there. As you can see, we have up to 3 feet all the way up into Indian Pass and Suwannee River area as well, and up to 6 feet Yankeetown and along this Tampa Bay area. That is the area that is the greatest of concern. We're expecting to have that 8 to 12 feet all the way down to areas of Bonita Beach, and then even along I can't even say the word right, but pretty much this whole western side of the coastline is going to be significantly impacted. Let's go ahead and take a look at the flash flooding concern. As you can see through, let me move this real quick. Whoops, not that. As you can see, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa Bay, you're going to have moderate at least of risk of flooding. And the reason why it's going to be moderate so far even on the east side, and we'll show you that here in a moment, is because it's just going to have a direct impact on that whole coastline there as well as inland. Let's go ahead and show the rainfall potential as of this update. It's showing anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of rain. Now that has come down some because late last night or yesterday I had some posts that were showing that we were going to be seeing 12 to 16. That's come down a little bit, but again, localized totals up to 15 inches are expected across portions of the Florida Peninsula and the Keys through Wednesday night. This rainfall is going to bring risk of considerable flash urban and area flooding, along with the potential for moderate to major river flooding. Milton will also produce rainfall totals 2 to 4 inches across portions of the northern Yucatan Peninsula. We already have storm surge watch and warnings. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. All along here, we already have the advisories. For that, let's go ahead and go to our Radar Omega so that we can see that a little bit better. There's radar omega. This is taking a look at HWRF model, hurricane model that is showing what the track of this may potentially turn out to be. And as you can see, the concerns is growing for a Category 4. Now making landfall likely at a 3. It's going to be significant impact. That is definite. Let's go ahead and put this into motion as what this weather model suggests that we might be seeing. You can certainly see that eye wall right there with that Category 4 certainly getting well defined and much larger as it approaches. Right there, we certainly can see that eye wall, just a significant eye wall. And then once it gets closer to land, it starts to break up a little bit, but still a well-defined eye here. And the storm surge and how much it grows. Just take a look at this. Very small. You know, there's not a whole lot. It's very well-defined. And then the farther you go, as you get into the 9th early morning, that's when it really grows. You know, a massive amount of storm surge and tropical storms, winds, all the way up the coastline. And then if I move this off, you're going to be able to see areas of South Carolina and the coastline of Georgia. Those areas are also going to see some impacts as this moves on out. And the impacts I'm talking about is possibly some, you know, definitely some tornadic activity as this swath gets closer. Let's go ahead and take a look at the HMON and see what that shows. Certainly well defined again. Bring that coastline in here to see. If this one suggests that it kind of falls apart, but again, significant amount of rain right there. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at the HAFSB. This is another hurricane model that I wanted to show you. So 902 millibars on Wednesday. So 902 millibars, anything below 920 millibars is a Cat 5. So this is why there's concern. You know, it is possibility of a Cat 5 when it's out in the Gulf yet. As it approaches Florida, based on this weather model, the millibars go ahead and increase, or in this case, intensity decreases, but still 943 millibars, which is a strong Cat 4. Strong Cat 4 as it approaches. 952 millibars. Anything between 964, or I should say 945 and 964 is a 3. So this would suggest that it would be still a significant impact. Let's go to another weather model here. HAFSA. Bring that back here. $944 millibars, 933. We got 916, 910, 919, and as it approaches 933, so we still end up seeing a Cat 4. Let's go ahead and see if we can take a quick peek at some of the latest models here. Here's a timeline as of the 7 a.m. Advisory. Major hurricane throughout here. Major hurricane Wednesday 1 p.m. Let's not stay too much focused on this cone because there could be a lot of storm surge along this whole line there. And let's go ahead and take a look at the latest information, 12Z October 7th update. Now, as you can see, there are a number of these weather models that are now pushing it more likely to a Cat 5, and that's why there's growing concern. Let's go ahead and go to a 06. A previous update was showing two weather models were showing Cat 5. So let's go, this is 6Z, so 1 o'clock this morning Central Time. And then now the 7 a.m. update is showing a number of these weather models now supporting a possibility of a Cat 5. So take warning, if you haven't evacuated in your evacuation zones, you certainly need to heed the warnings. We already have hurricane warnings along areas in the red here, and then we already do have hurricane watch here, as well as tropical storm watches all the way up the coastline in the Big Bend area. Of course, areas that have already been hit catastrophically with Hurricane Helene. The other thing that I wanted to go over with you today is the possibility of another hurricane developing. So let's go ahead and go to GFS. I'm going to get that pulled up here right now. And we'll switch gears back to Radar Omega here. All right, so this is GFS showing Hurricane Milton here, but then as we go into the later part of about the mid-week or mid-month, we start to see a development that happens in areas that are south of Cuba. Barely getting together, but still something right here. Let's go ahead and show that on a different model here. One moment. All right, let's show that on a different viewpoint here. It's going to be a little bit easier to see it from here. So this is a look at what possibly October 10th is going to be. And as we push through October 10th, that's following Milton. One moment here. Let's go ahead and get back to this one here. There we go. So this is a GFS run, so that we're not focused specifically on that model, but as you can see, it hits that area. And then once we get to the middle part of October, watch down by Cuba area. It's hard to see it, but 976 millibars. And 976 millibars would be a Cat 2. Continues to grow, 956. 956 millibars as it goes over areas of Cuba and the Florida Keys. And 956 millibars would be a Cat 3. So we could have a Cat 3 develop and hit the Florida Keys by the 18th based on this weather model. Now, obviously, the hurricane models aren't available for this one because it is so far out, but I did want to give you a warning. Folks in southern part of Florida definitely need to be alert and aware of this one as well. So I'm going to let y'all go. I appreciate y'all joining, whether it was live or if it was watching this later on. I appreciate y'all joining for the update, and we'll get back on track with our South Dakota weather updates once hurricane season starts dying out a little bit more, but for the time being, we're going to remain focused on the areas of the big weather picture. God bless you all. Stay